I'm trying to get up next to this old Ford here. I mean, it is in pristine condition. And it reminds me of the old Ford Courier back in the US of A. I'd like to get up alongside him so I can see what model it is. Maybe even ask him. Pretty cool. I don't know, I like old vehicles, especially when they're clean like that. He's only used it for a weekend hauler. Look how clean it is. Look at those latches for the tailgate. Man, freaking awesome. Okay, moving over, going alongside, race whatever, something or other. I gotta watch the road. All right. Anyway. Oh, here's the river. It's not flooded. That was the bridge north of Chiang Rai. Okay, I better pay attention because I'm all over the place. Later. Okay. I just went over the bridge north of Chiang Rai. Headed up to Makro. Gotta get some goodies. There's that little Ford again. I can't read the actual marathon. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Never heard of that one before. But I found a solution that I hope will work for this mount. Basically, it's real simple. It's about yay long. So here's my finger. So it 2.5 inches long. It is adjustable on both ends, so it has 2 thumb screws to fit a 17 millimeter ball, which I have on this, or larger on the other end if I want. But I'm going to go 17 to 17, ball to ball, and that will give me articulation. Now, what that's going to do to the bounciness, don't know. But at least it'll solve my issue, because like right now, if I turn the phone around, boom, I'm looking off to the side, right? And I can still see the dash mount or the window mount. Dismiss in my head. But I want you guys to not see that. Might as well do something halfway decent. But yeah, I went to Central right out of the gate. Went to immigration, got my paperwork for my 1 year, because I'm going to renew it 45 days in advance. So I grabbed that paper, went directly to the bank upstairs, because they're open 7 days a week, and I ordered my 1 year bank statement, which took about, no, I'm not going to get it. I didn't get it today. I just ordered it today. It takes them 7 days, 7 to 10 days, but she promised me 7. So it better be 7. Because Chiang Mai immigration, Chiang Rai immigration is, the website says 5 days a week, which is true. They're open 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. But they only do 1-year renewals on Mondays and Wednesdays. And of course, at 12 or 12:30, they're closed for an hour. So you got to time yourself, Blue ink, not black. Chonburi, Pattaya, they didn't care. Blue or black, it didn't matter. So, but it's relatively simple. So, in 7 days, I'm going to show up at the bank and say, "You got the paper?" They're going to give me a stack of paper, a year's worth of record, showing that my $800,000 that you have to have in the bank for a retirement, for an O visa, never went below that. I made that mistake once, and it will not happen again. I've got a lot of cushion room. I'm not worried about it. People, oh man, money in a Thai bank. Dude, they have so many agreements and shit with the United States. They're not going to take your freaking money. If banks go and the world goes to shit, pardon me, I've been in the mall the whole time for, it's 1 o'clock now. I've been at the mall since 10, and my coffee is still hot. Hot enough to like wince a little bit. But it's part of the process. We're guests here. We got to do it once a year. If we have a retirement visa, O or OA, you got to renew once a year. And there's Makro over there on the right, so I'm going to be making a U-turn up here. The same turn I would be making if I was going to the airport. But I'm whipping a U-E, not making a right turn. So you will get to hear me talk commentary on the people coming at me. Like, come on, hurry the hell up, hurry up. Or the person in front of me that's first to make the U-turn. So, it's something we have to do. And then we have to do 90-day check-ins. They're easy. I do mine online. Now, if I happen to be, or know I'm going to be, at the mall near my 90-day date, I'll carry my passport, and I'll go in and I'll check in. 5 minutes. Now, if you leave the country and come back, your 90 days starts then. Like, for instance, when we came back from Vietnam, Chuck and the gang, right? Come back from Vietnam, my 90 days starts again. It's like, oh, you're 0 now. Actually, 1. They count that day as number 1. So my 90-day changes. But that first 90 day, you have to do it in person. And after that, it's online again. Until hell freezes over. Unless there's a glitch in the matrix. But the glitch I'm having now is I had a new ceramic cover protector thingy-majiggy for my phone, and it's really having a tough time reading my... Okay, Whippy with the road. Well, I Just left Makro. Productive excursion. You can see a bunch of goods in the back. Yeah, I like these. I don't know. Some months ago, I forget when, a bunch of us went down to Aaron's house and had a wonderful, spectacular, awesome barbecue. I mean, he was the host of the year, man, of the decade in my book. He pulled out all the stops on everything, and even allowed us to invade his family resort. So, but when I was there, I noticed he had these paper towels. I'm a little slow. You guys probably already know about this, but these paper towels that hang up, and you just pull one out of the bottom when you need it, right? Really convenient. You know, when you're cooking or something, you can, like, one hand, I have them hanging on my shelf, my iron shelf that I bought, steel rack, and I could just reach back, boom, just grab one, easy peasy. Instead of going and taking two hands to pull one out of something, you know, because it wants to lift up, that kind of thing. Nice. So ever since then, I've been buying those, and they're, I mean, for a stack that's, I don't know, 16, 18 inches, you do the math for centimeters, they're 47 baht. If you buy, I think 5 or more, they're 39 baht. So like a buck 20 for a big ass stack of paper towels. Convenient, very, 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 very convenient. And so I got 6 of them. There you go. Right here. Right, see, it's got the holes on top. You can hang it. It's got the little cut marks. You just take your scissors and cut there, and then boom, you got your in like Flynn, right? Dude, guy riding my ass like, okay, I'm riding the guy's ass in front of me, so tell you what, I'll move a little left so he can realize that there's somebody actually in front of me, and I'm not deliberately going slow. Now I'm doing 120, and it's a 90, and there's cameras right up here. I've been flashed by these cameras day and night, and I've never had an issue later. Now if you're going to turn into the other lane, go ahead and turn. There you go. Now I can speed up, and I'm in the camera zone, baby. What? I'm waiting for the flash. Nothing. Now I'll move over because it's safe for me to do so. And if this little pissant car wants to pass, he could pass. But no, he's not. He's just sitting there. People unconsciously ride your ass. They just do. He just went by. Little Mitsubishi roller skates, right? Nothing against Mitsubishis. Mitsubishi made a hell of a freaking airplane back in the day. Used to kick the shit out of our guys. Till we came with Pappy Boynton and the 4U Corsairs, baby, the Gull Wings. Knocked the shit out of them. P-40s were nice too, and the P-51s, which is the Cadillac of the Sky, which was my personal favorite single engine World War II era fighter plane. Amazing how I can go off on a tangent, huh? So, another stoplight. So I got a bunch of stuff, and some of it's for the freezer, some of it not for the freezer. So, supposedly 7 days from now, at 11 a.m. when the bank opens, my paperwork should be there. Of course, she gave me her number, and they have my number, and chances are I might get called on Friday and say, your paperwork arrived. You can pick it up whenever you want, right? Wouldn't that be nice? I still do a head check, just because. To keep that neck flexible. So, if that happens, I'll be happy. I'll get my 1 year renewed 45 days early, because Christmas is right around the corner, and I will not be at my home during Christmas. I will be out of town. Unfortunately, it could be in the States. Hopefully not. But either way, I'm going to be out of town. And when I renew my visa, I always get a multi-entry stamp. So I can come and go as many times as I want. I think it's 1,500 baht. Or 1,900. I forget. But if you go out of the country and come back, it's like 1,500 baht. So if you buy a freaking multi-entry one time, you do it twice, you've made your money back, right? And what's 1,500 baht? Do the math. How many Aussie dollars is that, or US dollars, or pounds? It's palatable, right? You can swallow it. It's like, shit, man. But, when I went back to the States, I took my son and his fiance to lunch. Yeah, well, on one occasion, we went to lunch. And we went to a Red Robin gourmet burger joint. Back in the day, I really liked them. But of course, they've, changed hands and changed procedures and things like that. So, okay. But I may have mentioned this before, but it doesn't matter. For a burger smaller than what you would get at Prime Burger in Pattaya, was $20 for your basic frickin' cheeseburger. $20. $19.99. Ooh. So, $19.99, it's $20 frickin' dollars. Oh, but you get endless fries. Now, you guys know how much I love my Superman mashed potatoes. But really, when I go out to eat, I don't eat a bunch of French fries. I just don't. I might have two. Just because I could dip them in ranch or blue cheese dressing. Love that shit. So, anyway. Another tangent. But it's frickin' expensive. So, for that measly little $3 3 burgers, and we got an onion ring tower. Sorry, got the onion ring tower and strawberry. I think it's, I don't know if they call it strawberry tea or what, but that's endless also. But you know, it has chunks of strawberries in it, and you gotta stab them with the straw, and you know. But it is a treat. They are good, but you know, full of sugar. But those two. But that bill was like $110 with the 9.8% tax, Washington State sales tax in that county. I don't know if there was a surcharge or not. I don't remember. I don't care. It's like, how often do I get to see my son? You know, I'd have plopped down $1,000 just for that hour. Yeah, I miss my kids a lot. You know, a lot of people say out of sight, out of mind, but I'm not that way with my kids. I miss them dearly. Which is why, aside from what may happen in the next month, say, by having to go back to the States, I am planning on going back to the States in the spring. You know, April, May, give or take, bumpy. Let's see how this does on the bus. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Because I want to see my freaking kids and my sister and sisters, excuse me, plural. And but I'm not staying in Seattle the entire time. And I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to travel, okay? I'm going to, from Seattle, once I'm done there, turn in my rental car, and I'll fly to Boise, Idaho, okay? And then my sister, my brother-in-law, or both of them, will pick me up, drive back to their place, which isn't that far from the airport, and I'll invade their space for a few days until they get tired of me. So it might be like 3 hours. So, but anyway, and then back to the airport, Florida, baby, the swamp. I'll start south and work my way north, seeing friends along the way. I mentioned this before, YouTubers and non-YouTubers. I want to go all the way up north, past Jacksonville, stop in Jacksonville where my cousin works, and he and his wife live. I want to visit them. And then from there, I'm going to go even further north, because I want to see some of those northeastern states that I've never been to. And I'll see my nephew, which is my sister in Idaho's oldest son, her only son. She has a daughter and a son, but he is her oldest son. So, but he lives in Maine. So I will get boots on the ground tour of Maine. And, you know, there's an old shipbuilding town and a lot of history there. Lots and lots of history there. He's got his own church. He's a pastor at a church. Proud of him. Really proud of him. I'm not going to say his name, because there's people in YouTube land that get their rocks off by attacking people's family. You can attack me all you want. Go for it. Have a good time. If that gets the blood pumping down there and you feel, well, go for it. It ain't worth the paper I wipe my arse with. My skin is like that of a buffalo. Wasn't always the case, though. I'll tell you that. So, anyway, I want to see some of those northeastern states, man. And I've been chatting, chat, and now it's turned into voice messaging, like I did when my eye was healing, right? The guys in Dave's group, our chat group, were considerate enough to me to send a voice message so I can listen to it, so I didn't have to try to read it, and I could voice message them back, so I didn't have to try to type it. I mean, that's above friendship. You know what I mean? It's just freaking being considerate. Nice. So, but I've been chatting with this individual who will remain nameless quite a bit lately, and I've been enjoying the heck out of it. And I hope I'm not bothering you. Absolutely not. Or I hope I'm not asking too personal a question. I'm like, ask away. I got nothing to hide. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Now, I can't talk about why I went to prison and how I got off on a technicality. I'm just kidding you. I sure do miss the laundry, though. Which reminds me of another fucking story. Too much TMI. I'm not gonna. Maybe another day. Fuck it, I'm gonna tell it. I went in for my first scope, where when I turned 50 or whatever, they go up the keister and they scope you, right? They dope you up enough so you're just out. You're not like anesthesiologist surgery out, but you're out. So I did a little research on YouTube, the vast knowledge of YouTube. And it says, yeah, you got to do this. You kind of get in this position. You lay on your side. You put your one knee up, like you're in a jackknife position in a dive, right? And then, you get comfortable. And then they kind of like, you're already sedated a little at that point. And then, okay, everything good to go? Yeah, everything's good to go. Okay, we'll see in a little bit, Mitch. And then, okay. And then you're out. And then they scope you, look for polyps and cancer and all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm doing that. And I've already assumed the position before they've told me. I've got myself jacked up, so they got primo target, baby. Target-rich environment. Easy peasy. Holy shit. I got this one, Mav. You know what I mean? They're like, well, you've done this before. And I said, no, I watched it on YouTube. I learned it on ESPN. No, but I got into the position, everything like that. I was all set. I was just like, let's get this shit done. Pardon the pun, the shit part. Okay, is there anything else that we can do to make you comfortable? And there's a doctor, and I swear, 6 nursing staff. Okay? All around me. And I said, well, maybe you could take a couple of those stainless steel pans and bang them together and hoot and holler, because it will make it easier, like when I was in prison in the washroom. They busted a gut. Oh my God, we've heard everything, but that's the first time we've heard that. Fuck. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to tell, and I told it. Anyway, so I think that's enough, asking enough for now. 20 minutes. Yeah, shit, man. I think I'm going to the mountains this weekend. Yeah. You know, back in the States, when I wasn't working, because I swear when I had my own company, small company, okay, I took my work home with me, right? I'd be thinking about it all the time. When I should be sleeping and all that kind of stuff. Did I do this? Did I take care of that? Did I order that? Did so-and-so take care of this, right? All that kind of stuff going around the school bus here. 'Tis the season now. Something's crawling on my freaking toe. What the? God dang it. Anyway. Oh well. Maybe it's my pet cobra. Lost my train of thought. Give me a minute. Shit. Oh, back in the States, when I could get away, I'd head to the Cascades. 2-3 hour drive, right? I had a tent. I had gear, sleeping bag, all that kind of shit, right? I had a tarp in case I didn't use the tent. It's going to be beautiful weather. I'd be looking at the stars. I'd sleep in the back of the truck. Look it up. Yeah, in the morning you get a little dew on you. No big deal. But I used to do that. Flip a pole in the stream or the lake, and have some pan-fried trout for breakfast. And just no cell service, no nothing. The only thing I could hear was the wildlife, the wind rustling through the trees, or the stream, or my ears ringing. I do miss that. So I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to start probably this weekend. Maybe I can time it just right, so when I come back, I can stop and pick up my bank paperwork and go to immigration. But I'm not going to be tenting it, okay? I'm not going to be van lifing it. Camping to me is 3 stars, maybe 2. All right, because I'm done with that. I like to climb out of bed, not up out of bed. Cattle truck here, empty. I hope they got good money for their beef. Shoe leather's expensive here. Anyway, Makro. Dude, I didn't take pictures like I said, but they had some serious Harvey and, God, I forget the other brand, Aussie beef. They had a nice selection. And they had some smaller cryo packs too. So you didn't have to buy like a Mondo one. You could buy like a half of one. Yeah. I better stop talking, man. 24 minutes plus the other 8, 6, 5, 8, whatever. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.